to the Breakfast Club, bitches.
Donkey of the day with Charlamagne the God. I don't know why y'all keep letting him get y'all like this.
Before I start off Donkey of the Day, let me salute the women of Sigma Gamma Rho. They are celebrating 100 years of greater service and greater progress tomorrow. Salute to all the poodles out there repping Sigma Gamma Rho. Dropping the clues bombs for Sigma Gamma Rho.
Yeah, shout out to those women.
Yeah, salute to my niece LaPortia for always repping her set and reminding me every year that November 12th is indeed Sigma Gamma Rho's Founders Day. Now, Donkey of the Day for Friday, November 11th goes to 2 police officers with the Columbia County Sheriff's Office in Lake City, Florida. What does your Uncle Charla always tell you about the great state of Florida? Say it with me. The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida. Now, the officers' names are Officer James Hodges and Deputy James Gold. Full disclosure, I was tired on this fine Friday. Kind of going through the motions until I saw this story. And I said to myself, Florida, don't you ever stop being Florida. And I say that as if you could stop if you tried. Okay, Florida is going to always Florida, just like water is going to always wet. All right, Florida will always be the craziest place in America, and it's not even close. I'm at the point where I truly believe these stories we see about Florida in the news, they not even real. It's just all satire, and somebody writes these things just to make us laugh, and today is no exception. I'm serious. Florida stories are so good, okay? I could literally give these officers Donkey of the Day based off the headline alone on CBS News, okay? Just the headline. Would you like to hear the headline? Listen. Remember, this is Florida now. No, the headline. Oh, wait. Remember, this is Florida, okay? Now that you know this is Florida, listen to this headline because you know it's good. A blind man was arrested after an officer thought he had a gun. Did you hear what I said? A blind man was arrested after an officer thought he had a gun. Oh, and I forgot the most important part of the headline. It was his cane. I can't make this kind of stuff up. Let's go to NBC News for the report, please.
Police arrested 61-year-old James Hodges, and he was charged for resisting an officer in late October on Marion Avenue and Duval Street in downtown Lake City. The body cam video starts off with the deputy stopping Hodges, asking him what's in his pocket.
It's a navigational age. What's the problem? You a tyrant?
Yeah, I am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to give that unless
Yes, sir. I was investigating.
You have reasonable.
Do you want me to put you in handcuffs right now?
Hodges then asked the deputy what her suspicion was, and the deputy responded that it looked like he was carrying a gun in his pocket. Shortly after, he takes the walking stick out of his pocket to show the deputy that it is not a gun.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
It does not matter.
Yes, sir, it does.
Hodges showed his walking stick to another deputy at the scene. The deputies then handcuffed him and took his driver's license out of his pocket. The sheriff's office declined to do an interview, but posted a statement on Facebook that says in part, quote, "We are aware of the Columbia County Sheriff's Office body camera video involving the arrest of Mr. James Hodges on October 31st. Sheriff Hunter is troubled by what he has seen in the video, and the matter is being addressed."
Police mistook a blind man's walking stick for a gun. Well, I have to ask in this situation, who's really blind? What's the point of having vision if you can't see? Poor Stevie Wonder better stay out of the Sunshine State. Imagine Stevie Wonder having a glass of wine while playing the piano and then getting arrested for DUI because police officers mistook the piano for a damn car. What's also interesting about this is the man is blind. You think he has a gun, but you stop him to make sure he's carrying the gun properly. If I saw a blind man with a gun, I would want to know, why is he carrying it at all? No disrespect to all the blind gun owners out there, but you can understand my confusion, right? Is that even a thing? I'm 44 years old, and it's never even crossed my mind on whether blind people own guns or not. But now I can't stop thinking about it. So I did some research, and by research, I mean Googled. I typed in, do blind people own guns? And the answer is most definitely, okay? Really? Apparently in America. You ever heard that, Envy?
No.
Well, apparently in America, being blind does not keep you from owning a gun. Some states like Nebraska and my home, South Carolina, require gun applicants to show proof of vision. But in 2007, Texas lawmakers passed a measure to help legally blind people hunt. Let me tell you something. I watched Daredevil. So I know that blind people's, other senses are extremely heightened, but it ain't no way in hell I'm going hunting with a blind person. Okay,
No way.
It makes no logical sense to me whatsoever. Look, I tell y'all all the time, I'm not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary, but one would assume that being able to see would be one of the necessary qualifications for owning a gun. Okay? That's the problem with most of y'all humans nowadays anyway. You shoot like you're legally blind. All right? Most of y'all don't hit what you're aiming at with 20/20 vision, so how you going to hold it down when you POP? Let me tell you something, officers in Lake City, Florida. What that man lacks in vision, you all lack in empathy. There is absolutely no reason for that man to have been incarcerated, and he had every right to be frustrated with y'all because it's ridiculous, okay? Whenever you're accused of doing something you weren't doing, it sucks. But when it's something as ridiculous as mistaking my walking cane for a gun, imagine if he had his seeing eye dog with him. What would you mistake that as? Huh? A little kid he kidnapped as part of a human sex trafficking ring? Huh? You know they say empathy is seeing with the eyes of another. Clearly, the officers were seeing with the eyes of the blind man they decided to harass. I would tell Florida to do better, but Florida doing better would be so less entertaining for the rest of us. Please give Officer James Hodges and Deputy James Gold the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
You are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yeehaw.
By the way, there's a movie on Hulu called See For Me, and this woman is house sitting and she's blind. She also was a professional skier. And it just brought to light a lot of things that you talked about, because she ended up having to like kill these people that came into the home that were home invaders. But there's an app for blind people where you have like a person that navigates you to walk around the house. It's really interesting, but it's a real life thing. But just putting that out there.
What do you mean,
Maybe
guide you
think of
around
it.
and be like, make a left, shoot now, like that type of thing?
Exactly. Like you put it on FaceTime. I think the app is called Titular. And you put it on FaceTime, so if you're blind, they can help you like kind of guide and navigate through. So she was on the app with this person, and they were like, okay, at 3:00, he's at 3:00. And yeah, it was interesting. I mean, obviously it's just a movie, but I didn't realize.
Obviously it's
that
not, because
that
Charlamagne just
existed.
said blind people have weapons and have licenses to own firearms.
Right. No, I'm saying, but that's a real life app. So that's all. It just made me think of that, because I was like, she's really doing a great job with this gun, even though
Right.
she's blind.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for that, Yee. And thank you for that donkey today, Charlamagne. Up next, UFC welterweight champion Leon Edwards will be joining us. All right, we're going to kick it with him next, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Donkey Today is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.